streaming live, Luca Canon Zaldini, and for the English channel, Nicoletta, who welcomes you to this Milan Climbing Expo 2019, a great celebration of climbing, and we've had lots of emotion. It's been a long day. We really saw the climbers and recognized the value of these climbers, but there are titles to be assigned. So let's start from the boulder finals. For females, we have Rong Xian, Jessica Pilt, Stasha Gale, Katja Kadit, and as for men, in the finals are Matteo Manzoni, Pan Yung Fei, Jakob Schubert, and Gabriele Moroni. So let's recall the formula. It's a formula which is similar to World Cup. In the semi-finals, the athletes could view and try the 4 boulder problems, and they could see each other and exchange information. While here in the finals, the formula has changed. The style will be a flash. They will have 5 minutes each. They've never tried the boulder, so in those 5 minutes they'll have to solve it, find the best beater, and in the 5 minutes they have to distribute the attempts, hoping they can send the boulder. The athletes are in ISO now because it's a flash formula. So yes, exactly. All athletes are in ISO now. The crowd is regathering, and of course it is important for athletes to warm up decently, but they won't be able to see each other, and this increases difficulties because besides the physical commitment and also giving it all because they've had a whole day of climbing with very little breaks, they'll have to solve the problem. They'll have to, resist, as we say, because they are tired by now, and they'll have to look for the best method to solve the boulder problem. We see the athletes entering now. They're on the mat. They will exchange some maybe move, or they'll ask for advice to, but each will have to find the best beater, and they'll have 5 minutes again. And so very soon, well, the finals have started, meaning the athletes are already viewing the bouldering. Today's been tough for the women. Yes, there were difficult dynos and difficult holds. See if the finals, has a different style. I see the boulders are very difficult to interpret, and so the game's getting very interesting. See how the athletes will interpret the various moves. And meanwhile, we'd like to thank all the sponsors who've supported Urban Wall in organizing this Milano Climbing Expo. Urban Wall. I remind you there's a streaming of the finals too. So Here are the sponsors. And then, of course, you know, while as we go, there will be sort of there will be some moments still to go while most athletes go back to the ISO, and it will be very interesting to be determined on what's been studied, and it will be very important to save energy and to be able to give it all in the finals. It's been an intense day for the athletes, and of course we saw a crowd, a very knowledgeable crowd. The athletes have been very generous in accepting the invitation by the organizers, and of course we understood each other. It's been a great experience. And then, of course, the competition. The competition and especially the dual formula, funnily enough, has gathered the support of the crowd. Maybe because they're not used to it, and it's a very spectacular formula. That's why it's probably easier to follow for people who are approaching climbing, and it's very direct. The sort of competition is very straightforward to understand. Okay, we'll cheer with a round of applause the first two finalists, Rong Jian and Matteo Manzoni from China and Italy respectively. Men on the black problem, great compression. You really have to reach to the undercling. Matteo qualified with the last problem, but now is really interpreting this final problem well. Come on, push hard. Push hard, the crowd is behind him, cheering Ale Matteo. Compression on the legs, change foot. And we'll see now Matteo's down. This first attempt was very interesting. Why Rong Jian seems to be in a little trouble in approaching the boulder, because the female boulder is characterized by these volumes where friction becomes fundamental, and it's difficult to, you know, have real friction with hands and feet. Otherwise you can't hold, you know, and progress. So initial difficulties, but no despair. 2 minutes have gone for Matteo Manzoni and Rong Jian, but it really looks difficult to interpret these two boulders. Matteo's probably gone nearer, while Rong Jian seems to have more difficulties. Yeah, you see, because you need compression on these volumes. She probably has to also make a toe hook. I mean, the heel hook for sure, but also a toe hook could be a solution. So we'll see how the other athletes sort of face this technical problem. I'm being told there's another beta, but I'm not being told what the beta is. Matteo, of course, is a strong athlete, and so he's interpreting the boulder correctly, and the undercling is a real tough move, and the last move is one where you need real trust in the left foot, and it's here that the boulder final is played upon. Come on, people cheering Matteo, who seems to have problems. So no top for him. So great applause for both athletes for trying and doing their best. So the female route seems difficult.
Well, I think it's a hard boulder. It has to be, because yeah, we have to split the athletes, but especially the dual texture holds are not easy to move on, and you really have to find the right foot placements.
Sorry, that round of applause was for Jessie Fields and Panyu Fei. So the timer is gone. The Chinese athletes has been impressive for his determination and physical strength. You see, he's a bit shorter, so it's probably more difficult for him to put pressure on the legs right now. But as we said, everything depends on the final moves. Now Jessica has found another beta, probably better than that of Yang Rong, and Jessica seems to be close to the top, as Yu Fei Pan is. So Jessica tops out, and at the same time does Pan Yu Fei, both of them topping the boulder. Really a double simultaneous top. Great show. Milano Climbing Expo 2019 is offering a great show. Actually, the athletes are. And it's really been good, because she found this beta which enabled her to get to the next to last move, and the Chinese athlete found the right balance. So it will be tough for the other athletes, because to win this competition you have to go to the top. And he's been good, Pan Yu Fei, I mean, he's been good at using the right method and the right balance to go to the next to last hold, and then the top.
Ready? So I'm sitting here with the root setter. How are you feeling? It's such a hard job.
Oh, it's a little bit stressful for me, because, you know, I see for the ranking final, so it's a little bit thrilling now.
And now, Jakob Schubert and Sasha Gayo on the final boulder problem of Milano Climbing Expo 2019. Sasha is starting at 30 seconds, more or less. She really wants this boulder, the top of this boulder. They're both two champions, great talented, and Stasha had no problem in starting, and now they're both pretty close to the top. Crowd of course is cheering, no top for Stasha. Her finger skin is really suffering. Jakob has found the right beater. And topping the route. Yeah, sorry, the boulder problem. Well done for Jakob. Stasha really has problems with her fingertips. It's been a whole day of climbing. Although she had found the right beater, you see, she's trying to dry out her fingertips. They're really worn out, and she really found the right beater, and she had to put tape on her fingertips. And that is a problem. When you finish your skin is so bruised, you no longer have the same sensitivity on hold. So let's hope she, goes for a good attempt, and let's hope she has still energy, because it's been a very long day for athletes. Yeah, she's recovering energy. And the initial part of the boulder was no problem for her. She's put liquid chalk on her hand to try and get a better grip. And I think she'll give it all in the last 30 or so seconds. Of course, Jessica Fields has an advantage, having topped at first attempt, but I still think Stasha wants the top. Great round. She asked for support from the crowd, and the crowd, of course, answers immediately.
Come on, Stasha. Going to give everything for her last attempt. Come on, don't let go, Stasha.
Come on, Stasha.
Ale, come on. Ale, Stasha. Ale. Come on, Stasha.
Well done for Stasha. There were moments of real suspense, but with the heart and the mind, she conquered the top of the boulder. See how lovely, see how satisfied and thrilled she is, because she knew she could manage this boulder. And next comes Gabriele Moroni. And Katja Kadic. Yeah, Stasha was very clever in waiting a little, that, you know, shows management of the problem is also important. Now the crowd is getting a little wild because Gabriele Moroni is on the boulder. As you see, he pushes with his triceps to reach the undercling. Today, Gabri has really sent the boulders with great ease, showing no apparent effort. He's got to find the balance here, which is not as easier said than done. And Gabri's really close to the top, and top it is for Gabriele Moroni. And he of course enjoys it, enjoys the crowd cheering, while Katja Kadic again is taping her fingers. I told you it's been a long competition days. Athletes really had a lot to climb, and with the holds, like the holds in any gym, of course, the skin is the first very fragile component. Meanwhile, Katja is recovering. She's still got 2 minutes left to go, 1:55 now. So, come on, let's support her with a great round of applause. She deserves it. Go for it. She read the first part right. Right beater. Holds. Now here is where it is difficult, because she really has got to press with the left foot, and she's made it. So now it's the time to give it all. So she's matching, and then she has to push hard and go to the top. Great top for her. Ah, she's happy, and we all are, of course. So she really wanted it. Yeah, that was a great performance by Katja, because you know, she now understood the beta and put all the energy left to send this top.
Yeah, sure, and nice to see all these strong climbers here with us. We've already seen the 2 leading world champions, like both from Austria, Jesse and Jakob, and Katja is from Slovenia, so what an international, beautiful competition.
So we'll wait for the official response of this final, but it was fun. It was great fun. Yeah, the boulder setters must be credited with a very good final boulder problem, which looked easy, but really we're talking about top athletes, so it's the best boulder climbers, and the formula put pressure on them, of course. They knew they had to go for a flash, and 3 athletes managed, and it's you know, it was really a good show. Names of the setters: Alberto Niero, Gabriele Moroni, Andrea Zanoni, Martino Sala, Franz Padea and Stefan Scarperi, with their imagination and love for climbing and their great respect for these extraordinary athletes. Of course, they've given us 2 fantastic days of climbing, so we wait for the official result, which is about to come in from the jury, and there will be a lot of fun to come, a lot more fun to come with the next competition. But of course, we're still waiting. So it's like the America Cup when those fantastic boats are revealed. And here we see the routes are unveiled for the lead finals. Yep, the routes have been covered all day because the athletes couldn't see the route, because the route will be on site. So the athletes will have 6 minutes to view the route. They haven't tried the route before or seen the route before, so they have 6 minutes to interpret the route, find the beta, find and solve the various difficulties as they go along. In lead, when you view the route, it is also important to find holds on which to shake out. And that you can sometimes understand from watching the route from below. At least the top athletes can do so. And, you know, they should not hesitate, which is very important. And then, of course, what is most important is the final result. There's still people climbing in the gym. They're trying, probably they're trying to train, also sort of spurred by the example of the top climbers, of course. So it's the lead wall needs some little final touches as usual, and so all the athletes should come close to the podium area. We have the official results. So we can read the rankings. Winner is Jessie Pills. Second place, Katia Kaditz. Third, Stasha Gayo. Fourth, for Rong Xiang. Okay, we have the medal ceremony now. Over there.
feeling, 3 flash finali. Dico 2 va bene, 3 sono troppi. Dai, feeling mentale.
So, waiting while they set up the award ceremony. Not sure, maybe not yet, because I see Katja Kadic here and Mina coming to congratulate, of course. Anak is with them, Anak Verhoeven, who's been interviewing, commenting, making workshops and helping out a lot. Oh, actually, what's been announced before as climbers who didn't want to stop climbing in the gym is actually the 2 photographers. So we remind you, Jessie Piltz, Katja Kadic and Stasha Gayo will be on the podium. Go. Now you go. Yeah. Anak, sorry, was asking.
So, Katja, congratulations with your 2nd place. How do you feel?
Thank you. Yeah, I feel great. The last problem was really cool. A lot on friction, so yeah, I lost a lot of skin, but it was fun to climb, and I'm really happy to reach the top.
Yeah, I can imagine. So you've been climbing so much today, your skin is bleeding. So yeah, climbing is really hard. You should see her fingers, they're taped, but the blood is coming through the tape. So really, congratulations, Katja, and hope to see you next year again. Do you want to come back?
Yeah, of course. It's a really nice event, so I'm happy to be here.
Okay, applause for Katja.
Of course, you must have recognized.
Okay, so please can all the boulderers come in the front
now
near
all
the podium?
Female boulderers are gathering.
So not only the finalists, apparently, but everyone, also the ones who did the qualification round, all the boulderers come to the front, please.
Okay, so here we have all the female boulders and the male boulderers gathering in the ceremony, especially the people, also the people who were in the qualifications and didn't pass should, of course, join the climbers. Because at Milano Climbing Expos, there are winners, and some people who win a little more than the others, of course. Again, some moments because some of the boulder athletes are missing. I think we have them all. So 5th place tied Miriam Fogu, Italian, Aja Gollo, Italy. Another great round of applause for these athletes who really gave us great emotions. Then Kata Sarabine. The medal is given to Kata. And fourth place for Chinese Rong Xian from China. And now we get to the podium. Great round of applause for the third place, Stasia Gayo from Serbia. Second place, Katja Kadit. And of course, first place and winner of this Milan Climbing Expo from Austria, Jessica Pilt. Great podium, I must say. And these are the winners, as we say, although the winner is one, of the Milan Climbing Expo. Great thanks to the athletes for coming. They really made a great day for all the climbers who convened to Urban Wall to watch the event. So let's enjoy again the female podium. So now it's a time for men. Fifth place, tied Pietro Biagini from Italy. Oh, he's left already. We'll give it to him next year. No, he's easy to be reached. Lorenzo Malatesta, fifth place, tied. They didn't believe they would be awarded anything. Then Andrea Zanone. Where is Andrea? I saw him a minute ago. Here he is. Yeah, they should be fifth tied, as we said. 3 Italians. And still fifth place, Kilian Fischuber. Congratulations, of course, to Kilian, to Andrea, Pietro and Lorenzo. Then fourth place for Matteo Manzoni from Italy. And then the podium. So third place on the podium, Yufei Pan from China. So the audience is really, you know, enjoying this. And silver medal for Jakob Schubert, who's done a fantastic performance today. And looks happy enough. He should be. And the winner of the boulder comp at Milano Climbing Expo 2019 is Gabriele Moroni, an Italian. I hope you can hear the crowd, or maybe not, because they're so loud. I mean, they of course support all the athletes, but Gabriele is a bit special for Italian fans, of course. So a great applause for our male and female champions on the podium and not on the podium, because they really put up a great show. Of course, Gabriele Moroni is being called for an interview. You're pretty much at home here. We could hear that from the round of applause. It's also a great emotion to, you know, compete in the gym where I work and train. I know most of the crowd, so it was great support, and thank you all for this. And Milano Climbing Expo 2019 has confirmed, you know, as a great event. Absolutely, yes. In Milan, it's the main event, so there's been great work behind, so I thank all the staff, the service, people serving at the bar, me also with my route setters comrade, and all the people who were part of this adventure. Hey, but you know, tomorrow you should start training again for next year. Yeah, from Monday I'll start my usual routine, so I'll start training again and see what the future has in store. But you have another trophy. Absolutely. So congratulations, and congratulations to all the boulder athletes, of course. As you might have noticed, we have more athletes coming in, and I guess you know why. We still have the lead finals to go, so athletes are now viewing the route. And as you can see, the athletes will have 6 minutes to view the route and study the beta and solve it. And The route was unveiled a couple of minutes ago. It's always very exciting to see the athletes viewing the route and, you know, showing the moves. So among women we have Sara Caramella, Laura Ogora, both Italians, Maya Vedma from Slovenia, and Zhang Weitong from China. Among the men, Stefano Carnati, Marcello Bombardi, both from Italy.
So these are 6 minutes of full concentration. We'll let the athletes read their route, but let them teach you a lesson. It's very important to always read a route before you start climbing it. So take a look at how they do it. They look at all the hand holds, foot holds, quick draws, the ways they're going to solve all the movements. So some very important minutes here.
The route is particularly long, so they need time to view it carefully, because then when they have to climb the route, they're got to be as precise as possible and, you know, not make any mistakes, because there's very few margin for error here for this final of the Milan Climbing Expo lead final. This is the last event of this great event, so thanks to the organization, to Urban Wall, to the many sponsors who have helped the organization, and I'd like to thank all the people who came here for the first time, spurred by curiosity and getting to know this sport. Yeah, I've seen many people, new people coming around and just taking a look and watching what climbing was. So to know that sports climbing is being disseminated and attracts the attention of more people, I think it's a great opportunity for our sport. Talking to the chief route setter, the female route is 8B plus, 8A plus for the women, 53 movements, a very long route for men, very committing, and for the women, of course, very overhanging, and it's going to be very important to try and spare energy, and this is done by using a pretty high rhythm. Don't stay too much on the holds, because of course the pump will kick in, and looking at the athletes viewing the route themselves is very interesting. Actually, there's a lot to learn, because, you know, their gestures even tell us where, you know, they have doubts, where, and so we'll see how the athletes will interpret the route. Some will use a faster pace, some the route is very long and overhanging, of course, you know. So 20 more seconds to go.
fatto un errore, mi piaceva che magari
Gabriele Moroni was the winner, they're telling us, but it must be said that Jakob Schubert and Pan Yufei are tied second place, with the fourth place by Matteo Manzoni to rectify. That's why a message got in to rectify. These are the official results from judges. So now Sara Caramella and Stefano Carnati getting ready for the last climb, at least tonight.
Sara told me that she trains alone in the garage, which her dad has built in their house. So yeah, she wants to improve every year and hopes to be able to do more World Cups than the one she's done last year. So she has done 2 so far in 2018. And yeah, she's improving, getting stronger and stronger every year. So yeah, I hope to see her more in the World Cups. And it was a pleasure already to see her doing those international big competitions. So all the best for Sara.
The organization was telling me there's no time limit, but it's a very long route. The time limit forces athletes to go very fast, while here the fact that there's no time limit is, you know, means that the athletes can use their style. Of course, you can't stay very long on these routes because they're so overhanging.
I don't know about it.
So the men have the red route. Stefano Carnati has a pretty tricky move already. And then, of course, this is a, you know, sloper, which, you know, needs confidence for
so
sure.
Stefano, also a very strong rock climber, has done some historical routes, like Biographie in France, in Seuse, Action Directe in the Frankenjura in Germany. So 2 young climbers are on the wall. Come on, climbing for their home crowd. Sara is 20 years old, very young as well. Dai, Sara, dai, Stefano.
Stefano's fighting his way up, but he passed the first difficult filter, the first difficult section. As for Sara, she is slow, but she will certainly appreciate the fact of being able to follow her pace. But Sara really has surprised us for her determination. She's not an experienced climber. She's young. And these routes are done on purpose to sort of pump you right from the start. So it's pretty difficult to, you know, to choose your pace. Of course, Stefano Carnati through a difficult section. Well done. A campus move, and now he's found Oh, Sarah's off the wall, but she was tired, and I think today she's had a glorious experience. So, great, Sarah. I bet she's happy, exhausted, but happy. And also the emotion of climbing among the top climbers. And remember, she comes from the qualies. So, you know, she had 2 qualifier routes, so she's been competing for 2 days because she was climbing yesterday. So Sarah, your impressions? I'm fairly happy. The route is wonderful, as all the routes we climbed today. Unfortunately, getting so late in such a committing and difficult route, you know, made me, I certainly could have done better, but I was exhausted. And sort of here, Stefano has fallen too. And Stefano has used a lot of heel hooks in the slippery banana volumes. He's been maybe a little slow in the first section, but like the others, he too was tired. But Stefano's really talented. In December in Spain, he climbed lots of 8Cs, 8C pluses, countless number. He climbed 1 a day at least. And so I think the route is difficult, and, you know, let's hear from Stefano. This is Stefano Carnati. It was bumpy right from the beginning. So, you know, I tried to shake out a little where I could, but I was exhausted after a while. It's been a long day, so, and it's late, so, you know, I just couldn't cope with it. This is much harder than the other routes. And the whole day, even the dual, although the route wasn't that difficult, but forces you to go fast and tires you out. And we got to the evening really exhausted. Okay, so Marcello Bombardi is on the wall, and Laura Ogora is on the wall. We have 2 champs of the Italian national team. Marcello won in Chamonix last year. Laura is the national testimonial in Italy. They're 2 great athletes. We'll see if they can go any higher, can show us some more moves prepared by Dr. Niel, the route setter.
So Marcello Marci, he won his first World Cup in 2017, if I remember well, in Chamonix. Great achievement, strong climber. So don't leave him and cheer him on, please. Now we have Laura. She climbed finals in her first ever World Cup, which was in Switzerland. And also in her first international competition, which was the European Championships in Campitello di Fassa, she immediately reached the final. So an extraordinary lady.
Yeah, this move by Marcello. Marcello's decided not to campus like Stefano did before, and finds this shake-off point, which is not bad. It's really very, beneficial for Marcello. Laura is progressing too. She's a bit tiny, so there again, all moves are pretty long reaches for her, and she has to cope with this, and she has to always to be very determined about what she's doing, because she can't hesitate, of course. Meanwhile, the arms start burning, but Marcello has found a great decontraction point. See how she has to sort of be very dynamic in going to the moves. Marcello has started off again, and probably shows.
So there was a hard part for Laura, but we know that she has plenty of endurance. She can keep climbing, has lots of experience on rock as well, has done 3 9A so far. So yeah, a little shakeout and she can go on for some more meters and meters, I'm sure.
Again, Marcello looks pretty solid on these compressions. See how he's trying not to lose his feet. This was an awkward move, but Marcello didn't seem to have great problems. Laura's not giving in. She never gives in. She might fall but not give in. Now she's in a tricky point. She has to go very dynamic. She should not hesitate because of her height.
Marcello taking a breath. There was some smart clipping from him, and when he's ready, he'll tackle the rest of the route. Come on, Marci.
Marcello has a more static time. Laura's off. A great round of applause for her. She really deserves it. She really, give it all her effort, all her energy. But in the end, I think she was exhausted. And so, I'm sure it will be hard for the other athletes. And Marcello, okay, falls, but his performance is nonetheless very good. So let's go to the press room. Okay, you were very determined. Congratulations. At every move, it looked like you were stretched out completely while you continued fighting. Are you happy? Of course I'm happy. I got to my limit, even beyond it. I was exhausted, and the route was very hard right from the beginning. And so, it was really tiring because of the whole day, you see. Oh, now you can rest. And again, big cheers from the crowd. Marcello, you climbed the route well. And then what happened? A clipping seemed to have stopped your rhythm. What happened after that? No, I just finished my energy. I was pumped. I tried to shake out, but again, I was pumped. Okay, this just shows Marcello is human as well. So again, great round of applause. And also a great cheers for Maja Widmer and Stefano Ghisolfi on giving a last glance to...
So two more heroes of the sport here with us, two legends. Maja has been doing competitions like for a long time, but has stopped for some years now and is mostly focusing on rock climbing, also multi-pitching, a very talented climber, and she started doing World Cups in 2002. So yeah, I remember her climbing really strong, especially in 2007. I remember being in Chamonix and seeing her winning in front of a huge crowd and being so strong. So now we have Maja again here with us on a competition. Wow, what a nice moment to see her in a competition again. So wishing her all the best, Maja.
Okay, again, that was Anna Verhoeven's voice. She's here at the comp, at the event, doing interviews, making comments. Yeah, maybe Stefano Ghisolfi started off at a quicker pace, of course. He noticed where the last quick draw was swinging and understood where Marcello got. And so he knows he has to get there and beyond. But he's a little quicker in climbing than faster, I mean, in climbing than Marcello. But we'll see if he finds the same resting point. And Maja has started well because she's really climbing very consistently, although the route is hard. Yeah, both styles are, you know, pretty energy sparing. But of course this kind of climbing, you know, requires great endurance because you stay on the wall longer than other athletes, especially with, you know, this steep wall. This wall is really steep. Stefano is opting for the campus move, while Marcello had found his own solution.
Stefano has a beautiful climbing style to watch, very precise, keeps going. Like, what an extraordinary climber with a huge list of achievements, both on rock and in competition. 5 gold medals on World Cups, 4 9Bs, 9B plus recently. Wow, someone to be proud of as an Italian. Come on, Maja.
Okay, now Maja is shaking out where Laura, you know, didn't arrive. But of course we know Maja is being such a talented and experienced climber. Oh, and Maja's off, but great performance for her, definitely. And the green female route is very intense. She found a shaking hold where she could shake out, but clearly it was such a small hold that you couldn't really shake out. And then, you know, the route is very intense and lots of open-handed routes. Stefano is progressing really regularly. He's found a couple of different solutions from Marcello's, and I think the whole urban wall really have to push him up if we want to top from him. Here too, a knee jump. So he can shake out a little. And this also supports part of his body weight. So that knee jump enables him, you know, to at least catch his breath up. And so it was a clever, actually, knee bar. So let's, you know, support him. Up goes the crowd. They really want Stefano to go up. He's a jolly good fellow. He's very appreciated also as a person. No shaking out. Again, let's try and, you know, keep Stefano on the wall. Everybody's going allez, allez, but okay, he got to the end of his energy. But I would say a long way up the route, so the reservoir was empty. Yeah, when Dr. Niel, the route setter, says, you know, it's going to be 8B plus more or less, we know the route might be more difficult, because if people like Stefano and Marcello couldn't reach the top, it means the route is really hard. And of course here he had to give in. So we'll now hear his first impressions. Federica Mingolla, former Italian competition climbing, and now rock climbing and multi-pitch climbing and mountain climbing, is interviewing him. What are your impressions? I remember last year's impressions, and they're the same. I'm totally pumped. And yeah, what about the whole day? Many routes to climb. You're human too, it seems. Congratulations. It's certainly not 8B. 8B plus, maybe it's more than 8B plus, at least in my opinion. Okay, a great show put up by all these climbers. And we now have...
So next out,
Yetong
Zhang from China, very young, only 15 years old, is in the first year in which she will be allowed to do World Cups. So yeah, she looks like a natural talent actually, climbing very fluently, very nicely. So I'm curious to see how she's going to be doing in the international circuit, maybe already this year. And Jörg Verhoeven, originally from the Netherlands, now living in Innsbruck with his wife Catharina Sauerwein, who did the boulder competition today. Also a guy with a lot of experience in competition climbing. Just stopped competing this year, or at least competing in the IFSC competitions. So really nice to have him with us here. He's been doing a lot of rock climbing as well. Multi-pitches, big walls, strat climbing. He did the nose, did the 9A. So let's see how he does in this competition.
You're really determined on the left. He's been fast and he's very confident. Clearly in comms, maybe his training level is not the same as before, but I must say the whole day today he showed his great shape. And as for the Chinese athlete, she surprised us all for the ease in which she climbed the quali routes, the dual routes, and here too she looks pretty solid, although there's some difficulties here at the beginning of the route, but she's managing.
So these two climbers are 18 years, they have 18 years of age difference, so yeah, one climber who hasn't done any World Cups, the other one who had around 25 or 30 podiums in World Cups. So big difference, and still so nice to have the two of those with us. You're getting through this tricky section and looking like he's ready for a little rest, taking a breath.
Jörg has found a resting position. You see through the knee bar. Of course, the short trousers don't help, but this is a great knee jam, knee bar, and really, you know, he's very good at finding these solutions, and of course from here the overhang gets brutal, and so it will be important to change pace. So great support for your
nice knee drop. Come on, Jörg.
This great show.
Knee bar. Come on, Jörg. Looking really solid, still precise.
With this double heel hook, he can clip. See how important these details are in climbing. Jörg is really climbing very well, shaking out where he can, solid climbing.
Knee bar.
And again, the Chinese athlete is going at a steady pace, finding some difficulties here and there, but so far they haven't stopped her.
Come on, Jörg, keep going, come on, Dalle.
Everybody's cheering. They want you up. Come on.
Dalle, come on. Keep going. Dalle.
Oh, very, very extraordinary performance from Jörg.
Wow.
And really, he is being lowered and looks exhausted.
Wow, let's look at this.
And even shows his tongue, sticks his tongue out.
Yeah, wow.
The
new Chinese talent. Keep going, come on. Wow.
Moving on, and now again, sort of coming off the wall. Great performance by them. So they're being called in the press room. You can see the replay of Zhang Yetong, and looking at the whole day, they really deserved victory. Okay, so Jörg Verhoeven goes with Anak Verhoeven to the corner. Oh no, it's all the athletes.
Well, your quarter
cold,
performance, how do you feel? It looks like you found quite a lot of rests. Nice knee drop.
Yes, I feel very tired, first of all. It's been a very, very long day. But like you said, I found some really good rests, and I could even power through the entire roof, which was quite a surprise to me.
Yeah, so you gave all you had, you're satisfied with your climb?
Yeah, definitely. There was nothing in there anymore.
Okay, that's always nice to hear. Happy for you.
Super, Anak, really doing a great job in interviewing, commenting. Her technical comment is always very, of course, knowledgeable, and we really
well, you're
appreciated
such a
her
good climber
presence.
at a young age. Are you planning to do the World Cups this year?
Yeah, this year I'm 16 years old, so I can compete the World Cup.
Okay, I'm looking forward to seeing you there. Wow, what a great performance. Thank you for being here in Italy. See you next year.
Thank you.
Of course, at 16, not having a complete command of the language, she's a bit shy. But she'll soon learn, because this year she can enter the World Cup competitions, and I bet she will. She's holding her forearms. She's really pumped, but she really looked like she's given it all, which is, you know, what distinguishes these athletes. Maybe a little pause before all the athletes gather and reach the ceremony position. So, last moments of Milano Climbing Expo 2019, waiting for the official results of the lead final. Let's call all the athletes close to the podium. But of course, many friends should be awarded who made this special event possible, celebrating the beauty, the values and the emotions of sports climbing. Many people working, you know, sound engineers, people who made the sandwiches, why not? Who really made it possible for these 2 days to be 2 days of great celebration. So, Luca Canon Zardini, of course, and myself are being thanked. Really, all I did was to try and translate what the official technical commentator was saying. So Luca got a medal. I hadn't been receiving a medal for a couple of years, so I can, I'm being awarded now a medal from the organizers. I certainly don't deserve it, but I appreciate it the same. So, really, thank you very much. Thank you, really. very much, and thank you to all the people who made this event possible. So we really had great fun, but I must say, you know, the route setters especially, and the boulder setters, of course, gave their invaluable competence in setting the routes. So to really give an award to a route setter, we call Martino Sala one of the route setters as a symbol for all the route setters. So Martino gets a round of applause, and all the route setters, of course. So he's on the podium. He's asking why third place. Yeah, of course it's a joke. So all the route setters, Franz, Gabriele, Lorenzo, Andrea, all the, I would call all the route setters and boulder setters, at least the athletes know who to complain with. No, the hiding or trying the boulders or setting for, oh, here they are, they're coming. It's all their fault. So if you want to complain, it's all their fault. There's more than the three of them, of course. So thank you very much indeed for putting up this great, great show. And there's lots of people who've been working for 15 hours a day in putting up this show. Lots of people who came for the first time to watch what a climbing gym is and saw this great event. And we wish to thank the many people who worked at the bar, the staff. We're going to award one. Again, you know, ideally we call Laura Frigerio, but there's lots of people. Here is Laura. We're very grateful for Laura. She's been making sandwiches. I don't know how many, but sandwiches and, of course, salads and all. And again, we've had lots of voices who told about the emotions. Yesterday, the video talk show with Antonio Rossi, and today where I had two marvelous partners. So an award to Valentina Graziosi. Yesterday she came, she's injured, she fractured her ankle, and certainly she'll get her medal. It will be sent to her. And my two marvelous speakers, two wonderful champions who unveiled the secret Anak Verhoeven, and she really deserves a great applause. She really does. Always smiling, very knowledgeable.
Okay, I hope so. Thank you very much for having me. So happy that I could be here. Yeah, thank you so, so much. It was a pleasure to be here in Italy. Really enjoyed working with you.
They're calling Federica, who's the second speaker. She was sort of speaker and interviewer in Italian, while Anat did the interview in English. But there's still a friend to be thanked, and he has an award for the female lead winner. Mr. Luca Fontana, Managing Director of Terra Cielo Mare. A round of applause for him. And of course it's your first time at Milano Climbing Expo, but you created this wonderful link between your company and this great event. Yeah, I love climbing. I train here at Urban Wall, and our watches have been tested by many climbers like Laura Rogora, Marcello Bombardi. They all wear our watch, and I know there's a particular award by Terra Cielo Mare. It's one of our watches, and it's especially designed for climbers. Our ambassadors wear it. It's designed for explorers, but and it really holds, you know, it's very tough, and it's a completely mechanical sun compass. So, but if you told us before, all the females would have reached the top of the route. And of course, Urban Wall is becoming your home too. Yeah, we had a workshop here, getting people like me, you know, involved. So following Urban Wall's website or ours, of course there will be more events coming. I would say it's all ready for the ceremony. So I'd call the athletes to the podium for the medal ceremony. Congratulations, you really put up a great show. So the top climbers have taught us how you can have fun on the wall, you can have fun on the routes and the boulders. But we still are missing some athletes.
So all the athletes, so all the finalists of the lead competition can come to the front. All the lead finalists, thank you.
The mayor of Peel, which is the fraction of Milan where Urban Wall is, has arrived. So Maria Rosa Bellotti, our host, well, host of Urban Mall as the athletes come along. Well, the mayor says thank you all, but I'll spare you from the whole discourse. Remember, the medal ceremony still to come. Oh, the mayor was incredibly short. She deserves a round of applause for this, and we're nearly ready. Okay, so medal ceremony starting from the females. 5th place, tied. Francesca Medici, Mathilde Becerra, and Mina Markovits. So this is 5th position tied. So we're getting close to the podium. 4th is Sara Carmela, real outsider today. She came from the qualifiers. And on the podium, 3rd place, Laura Ogora. Congratulations, you fought like a tiger. Second place, Maja Vidmar from Slovenia. And now the winner is the Chinese Zhang Weitong. And Luca Fontana is awarding the winner with a special watch from Terra, Cielo and Mare, an extraordinary cadeau and gift for this great champion. So, again, still stand on the podium because the boys will be called in. So, 5th place tied Niccolo Balducci, Giorgio Tomatis, Haibin Q from China, and 4th place Stefano Carnati, close to Sara, and then on the podium, bronze medal or 3rd place for Marcello Bombardi, close to Laura Ogura, and we know the jury verdict assigned second place to Stefano Ghisolfi. Great duel we had this evening. Not the real duel, but the final, the lead final duel. And the winner is Jörg Verhoeven. And so this concludes the Milano Climbing Expo 2019. I would call the organizer Mario. Yeah, it's been a wonderful evening, I hope for you too. I wanted to thank everybody, people who took part, the staff. It's been a hard work, but you know, I see athletes and the crowd being very happy. So the mayor will reach the athletes on the podium. So two things. One is see you in 2020. We will want you again, athletes and crowd. And last, thank you to Dalle, the speaker in the gym. He comes from a different world. He's a journalist, but he really was a great commentator. And we hope to have you next year too. Thank you, everybody. And of course, now the bar is open, meaning the beer is for you. Thank you also from bearing with me and being patient enough. See you next year.